Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys my top 5 drugstore mattifying foundations. These are foundations that I've been using over the years, ever since I've started doing makeup, ever since I've just really been open to applying foundation. So these are my top foundations that I've used in countless videos, that I use outside in my daily life, and just some good recommendations for those of you who have oily skin. So if you are interested in my top 5 drugstore mattifying foundations, then just continue to watch. Alright guys, so the first foundation I'm going to share with you guys is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. This is in the matte and poreless formula. They do have the hydrating formula, or the dewy formula, I believe that's what they call it. I love this foundation. This was one of my first foundations, guys, when I first started doing makeup. These I actually use on my clients when I started doing makeup on other people. I used to stock up on the Fit Me foundations, guys. So I love that they have a wide range of shades for us chocolate girls, especially because you know how it can be choosing a foundation in stores. So I love this because it's mattifying, first of all. It's also poreless. So if you have a lot of pores on your skin, which I honestly do, I have a lot of pores in this area of my skin, it literally blurs your pores and gives you just a nice seamless finish. It also has a nice glowing finish, like a natural finish, not glowing, I wouldn't say glowing, but a very nice natural finish. Although it is matte, you still have that youthful look to your skin. So I really love this foundation, guys. I use the shade 355 or 356 depending on, you know, even the seasons. Sometimes in the winter I think I may go for the 355, but for summer I may even go up to 360, depends on how dark I get. But yeah, I just like that they have a nice range of shades, and on top of that they are very affordable. On a sale day I could get them as low as $5.99. I also like the consistency of this product. The consistency isn't too thick, but it isn't too watery. It's literally in the middle. It's a very creamy liquid finish. It doesn't give you that full coverage look, that cakey look, but it also isn't thin enough to not give you that coverage. So it has a nice balance in terms of its consistency. So how I like to apply this specific foundation is with a beauty sponge. I find with my damp beauty blender I'm still able to get a flawless application. So the only downside about this foundation is the packaging. I honestly love a pump foundation, but you can go on Amazon and they do have the pumps that you can replace and apply onto the foundation if you are someone that likes pumps. Me, I honestly don't like pouring it out and having to do all that extra stuff. I just like to pump and be about my business. But I would say that's the only downside about this foundation. Other than that, I really love this product, guys. So this is my #1 mattifying foundation. Alright, so the next foundation that I am obsessing over and that I've been using in my recent videos, so if you go back to some of my recent videos, you'll see this foundation. This is the Revlon Colorstay Combination Oily Formula. So just like the Maybelline, they have the combination oily skin formula, and then they have the dry skin, more hydrating formula. So of course I have this in the oily combination formula. So I'm in the shade 600 Cinnamon. This is my perfect match, guys. I wouldn't go any higher or lower. This fits me perfectly fine. And the good thing about this is in the summertime it does have SPF, so it does have a nice SPF infused into the foundation for you to just have that extra protection from the sun. So the consistency of this specific foundation is a bit more thicker than the Maybelline. Maybelline is more of a watery consistent, whereas this is more of a cream, almost cream consistency. It is a bit more thicker, but it's not as thick as one of the other foundations I'm going to show you guys later on. But me personally, I don't have an issue with the consistency as long as it gets the job done. This gives a nice natural finish, just like the Maybelline one. Most of the foundations I do pick up have that nice natural finish, which I love. And this is also a 24-hour wear that it claims. It's a very good foundation, guys. So I definitely recommend it for you guys. Price range is a little bit more than the Maybelline, but still affordable. It's still a drugstore product. So for this specific foundation, I like to go in with a brush. I just feel like the brush, using a brush, gives me a nice natural flawless finish. It blends out really easily. I do go in, it honestly depends. You can go in with a sponge or the brush. It really doesn't matter as long as you are going for that desired outcome. If you're going for a more airbrush flawless finish, you could use a sponge. If you're going for a more full coverage finish, then obviously the brush, but I personally like using the brush. And of course this has a pump, so you know I love this. Very handy, and it's a decent size. It's not, you know, a big package, but it's not a small one. It's like a little decent size. So I really love this foundation, guys. All right, so the next foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I'm in the shade Cocoa 112. So this is a semi-matte finish. So it's not a completely matte finish foundation, but it does give that semi-matte. You can always go in with a mattifying primer for that extra insurance that your skin is going to stay matte. So it is a demi matte finish. It has a 24-hour wear, and the coverage is about a medium coverage, but obviously you can still build it. It is still a buildable foundation. One thing about this is that it's a very lightweight foundation. I honestly only use one layer. I don't have to go in with 2 or 3 layers for this, even though it is lightweight. So it still gets that coverage with a lightweight feeling. This shade, to be honest, is my summer shade. So I haven't really looked for a shade for winter for this one, only because I don't know. I've never decided to look for one. But yeah, so this is my summer shade. So like the Revlon, this is a 24-hour wear foundation. So it is going to last if you are going to be wearing it for, you know, a whole day. So packaging wise, it is in a little squeeze bottle, which I would still prefer over the Maybelline one, because you're still kind of just squeezing out the product rather than pouring it out. So it is in a squeeze bottle. The only thing about this, I initially wasn't going to buy it because it's very small, but the thing about this is you do not need to use a lot of product, so a little goes a long way. So again, I like to apply this one with a brush. For some reason, I just like a brush with this specific foundation. Consistency is kind of similar to the Maybelline foundations. It's not too watery, but it's not too thick. It's literally just in the middle. So I like to go in with a brush with that foundation. All right, so the next foundation I recommend is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. This one here is a full coverage foundation, guys. I'm in the shade 356. So the shades of this is really similar to, actually, I think they're pretty much the same. So if you know your shade in the Fit Me, you should find your shade in the Superstay foundations. But this one here is really thick. It's a very thick foundation, guys. It's full coverage, 24-hour wear. This is something I wouldn't wear every day. If I am going for a full coverage look and want something to wear for the whole day, I would pick this foundation up. So yeah, like I said, definitely full coverage. It is breathable, definitely matte. All of these foundations, of course, is mattifying, guys. So it's breathable, transfer resistance. These are things that it's claiming. Transfer resistant, oil free, doesn't clog pores, and dermatologist tested. So because this is a thick, very thick foundation, I like to go in with my beauty sponge because it's already thick, so I don't want to get that really full coverage cakey look with it. I'd rather just have a nice airbrush finish with this look. So I do go in with a damp beauty blender for this foundation. Packaging, of course, it has the pump, so I am not complaining. The size is really good. Not too big, it's really compact. So like I said, if you know your foundation shade in the Maybelline Fit Me, then you will find it easy to find your shade in the Superstay as well. All right, so the last foundation that I would recommend is the Catrice True Skin Foundation. Now, on the packaging, it says hydrating. So as an oily skin girl, we would avoid any packaging or any foundation that says hydrating, because most likely that is going to consist of oils and just give you a very luminous finish. But this one here is hydrating, but it still gives you a soft matte finish. So I've been loving this foundation, guys. I'm in the shade Warm Spices. So this is a medium to full coverage foundation. Consistency is similar to the Maybelline foundation. It isn't a very thick foundation, so I do go in with a brush with this one. I do sometimes go in with my beauty sponge as well, depending on what I'm going for, of course. But yeah, it is a long wear foundation. Hyaluronic acid, if you have, you know, dry skin, if you're combination skin, so meaning you are dry around the perimeter and you get oily in your T-zone, you would like this one because it's still going to give you that hydrating feeling around where you are dry and still give you that mattifying effect to finish up your makeup. So again, this one here is a pump, very big. This one actually is the biggest out of all of them. It's actually pretty similar to the Superstay. So the shade range in this line, at least in stores, isn't the greatest. I think this was the second darkest one that I saw in stores. I have yet to see if they have more shades like on their website or anything like that. But yeah, I really like this foundation. It's really lightweight, still gives you a nice full coverage natural finish, and yeah, so that is it for my top 5 foundations, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really showed you guys just products that I used throughout my whole makeup career. Ever since I've started using makeup, these are just some of the foundations that I've come across that have worked for me, and I'm sure will work for you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.